standing. George is going to come in, we're going to nail out a proper set, show you how it's done. And everything we got, nice straight back, shooting the middle, get parallel onto it. Remember, holding like dumbbells, traps down, straight arms, pushing away, keeping the hands nice and flat, okay? Smooth from the delts, hold, same coming down now, don't change anything at this point here. Shoulders down, arms straight, keep that max tension till it stops naturally, smooth, go again. Slowly coming down, focus on the elbows being higher than the hands, don't let the thumbs start pointing up, George. Drive away. Slowly coming down, bit flatter with the hands, mate, if you can. Push away, hold, slow, slow. Focus on the shoulders, think where you're lifting from. Think where you're lifting from. Straight arms, flat arms, push away. Hold, nice straight back, slow. No bend here, keep pushing away all the way down. Flat hands, pause, shoulders. Hold, lovely, slowly, breathe. Just like the first rep, George, do it right, keep the tension, just the rep we're doing. Squeeze, slow, straight arms, don't let them bend at the bottom here, push away. Traps down, pause, go. Good, control, okay? I'm with you now, here we go. Okay, squeeze. Don't change anything, squeeze, 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 squeeze. Slowly coming down, pushing away, do it right, you know how to do it, slow. Take that pause, go again now, George, drive. Everything we got now, don't change the form. Come on, up, come on, man. Right, slow finish. Good lad. That's it, mate. Good. Hi guys, so George has just done his set of cable side laterals standing, blasting them out to failure. Key points with that exercise is don't stand in front of the cables or behind, try and be parallel onto it. Keep your back nice and straight. Arms need to be straight. Now I know there'll be loads of people shout back at me, you should have a slight bend in your arm. If you feel your forearms a lot, put that slight bend in, but as soon as you're putting any sort of bend in your arm, you're transferring a lot of the stress to other parts. So obviously if you can just keep it as that one joint moving, because it's an isolation movement, we're going to put a lot more stress on the deltoid. So keep your arms as straight as possible, focus on pushing your arms away from yourself as much as you can. Try and keep the hands nice and flat. We don't want the thumbs going up towards the ceiling, okay, so we're trying to focus on the side deltoid. And try to focus on that through the entire rep. What a lot of people do is they'll go all the way to the top pretty good on the positive, and then their arms will be bending, they'll be sort of relaxing, bending forward and things as they're coming down, taking the breath. So try to keep the stress right through. Peak contraction movement, so get a second or two hold at the top, and then really control it on the way down. And as I say, keep the same focus coming down as you do on the way up. Good pause at the bottom. Don't get momentum involved, that's the main thing. That's going to rob you of your gains the most. The reason that we use an absolute full range of motion on this, I know I talk about this on other things, use a full range of motion, but with dumbbells, I sometimes get people to stop at like a 3/4 point, so the dumbbell before it actually comes down and relaxes off. With a cable, you've got continuous tension through the entire movement, so you want absolute full range of motion all the time. Okay, so just remember the points of the flat hands, pushing the handles away, and really focus that you're lifting from the deltoid. Don't think of squeezing the grip so hard that you're just lifting from there. Okay, and then the last point is don't go too high, because as soon as you go sort of above parallel there, the traps are taking over, and as soon as you sort of get beyond that point, you're taking the stress off the deltoid. It's a bit like when we spoke about the curl, you get to the top and then the elbows come forward. Okay, we're missing the peak contraction point of the movement. So you want to, if you focus on the side delt, you will pretty much feel it stop itself at the top, and you'll realize there's other things coming in to move it beyond that point. Okay, so just keep that focus as much as you possibly can on the side delt through the entire movement all the time. Okay, push it just as far as you possibly can. Remember, the last rep should be like the first rep, keeping that form perfect. And that's pretty much it for the cable side lateral.